This year it's just Clara's family. Hope you understand. The text lands like a bruise. Sunlight skims the harbor beyond my windows and flashes off a crystal vase I bought. I type "enjoy," set the phone on the marble, and anchor my hands to the counter until the tremor fades. In the reflection, I look composed. Inside, something tightens. I think of stockings I ordered, chutney perfected from Nana Ruth's recipe, gifts wrapped with crisp corners. No apology arrives in the family thread. Fine. If their door is closed, I'll open mine. I scroll to a saved contact. Chef Alvarez, it's Ava Reed. I want to host Thanksgiving for 32. A pause, then a surprised yes. I pace to the glass, watching white sails stipple water. If there's no seat for me at their table, I'll build one long enough for everyone else. The thought clicks into place. I text my cousin Jonah, "Come to my place, invite the rest." Replies bloom, relief, a few barbs, gratitude. I crack open a bin labeled housewarming. Candles, spare linens, blank place cards. I set one card at the head of my table, then slide it aside. No pedestal, not this time. I want a circle, not a spotlight. I lift the phone again, steadier now. "Nana," I say when she answers, "Thanksgiving is at mine." Her laugh is fierce. "Good, Ava, it's past time." I read the message once more, feel it shrink to nothing, and start a list. Chef Alvarez arrives the next morning with a clipboard and a calm that steadies the room. We walk through the kitchen, and I describe a menu that tastes like my grandmother's table without copying it note for note. Roasted turkey with citrus and thyme, sourdough stuffing studded with fennel, green beans blistered with garlic, a cranberry relish bright as a jewel. He nods, adds a saffron cauliflower I didn't know I wanted, and assigns his team to stations. The apartment hums. I lug folding tables from storage, measure the great room, and sketch a serpentine layout that keeps conversation moving. The place cards become small invitations. On each, I write a sentence about the guest. Once rescued a stray pup, knows every old movie. So strangers have an easy door. Sun warms the glass, and the harbor looks like a promise. Jonah arrives with borrowed chairs, breathless, triumphant. We test a playlist, settle on brass and quiet piano, and hide the speakers behind trailing plants. I phone the building manager to reserve the freight elevator. He's suspicious of 32, but approves. Nana calls to ask if I need her silver. I ask for her stories instead. She offers one about traveling through a blizzard with a pie on her lap and never once letting the crust crack. I write that down. By evening, the apartment smells like toasted almonds and orange peel. The long table gleams, low candles dotted like runway lights. I stand at the doorway and feel the old ache shift into anticipation. Tomorrow, they'll come. By noon, the corridor fills with coats and laughter, and the long table becomes a small country of voices. I greet each guest with a hug and a line from their card, watching strangers' faces brighten at being seen. Jonah slips by with a pitcher, topping glasses. The brass swells and light bands the plates. The kitchen moves like a dance. When Nana arrives cane tapping, the room hushes. She squeezes my hand, nodding as if testing a bridge. We sit. I keep my seat in the middle, not the head, and ask everyone to introduce the person on their left with the sentence on the card. Laughter loops, stories hatch. The turkey is tender, the cauliflower a surprise that vanishes first, and the cranberry relish vanishes in glittering smears. Across the room, a cousin snaps his kid feeding almonds to a shy guest. Two neighbors discover they share a childhood street. When dessert lands, pumpkin custards and a lemon tart, Nana wraps her spoon. "To Ava," she says, "for refusing smallness." Heat climbs my neck as applause rises. My phone buzzes under the napkin. A message from Clara, a photo of their table, then, "Next year together?" I look down the serpent of candles, open faces turned toward me, and answer, "Yes, and here too." Outside, the harbor winks in winter light. I lift my glass. "Too many tables," I say, and the room answers back. Weeks later, the wax drips have been scraped from the table, but the warmth lingers. I keep the place cards in a drawer like pressed leaves, each sentence a tiny window. Neighbors nod in the elevator. We are no longer strangers passing. Nana's story about the blizzard turned into a recipe we wrote together, margins splotched with saffron. Jonah texts playlists. I send him leftover jars of relish. When Clara calls, we plan a shared spring lunch. No tokens, no tests, just room. I learned that belonging isn't given, it's built. Next time, I'll set 2 extra plates, for whoever knocks, gladly.